Welcome back to today's episode. Now I have everything in the car. It is running, not driving. I have a disclaimer to share with you guys as to how I know all this. I got myself a new mic setup, so no more big old giant recorder in my face anymore. That also being said, I was trying to use it on my little POV camera and it doesn't work. And that camera also recorded everything I filmed yesterday in landscape mode. Yeah. So I apologize for that whole thing, but to give you an idea of today's video, I'm going to include a lot of these clips here in a second. So I apologize about the video format. I apologize about the audio. I am big on quality, so I feel fairly shameful, I guess, posting like clips like this because they're not up to par. But it is what you got to do what you got to do, right? But before I dive into everything that we did here, check these clips out to give you a better idea. Oh yeah. Thing's running good. This is running good. I have every light is on the dash right now. There is no throttle. We have oil pressure. The gauge actually works. That's crazy. Normally it doesn't work. We got some really annoying pulleys. Oopsie! I'm leaking some. Where's the power steering? Let's see how fast I can do this. I don't know if that's going to be the right size. It's kind of scary, but holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! That worked. That worked. And that wasn't recording.
You're messing up my pie.
Yeah.
Two.
No, one more. I did end up scanning power steering, current. You see him back up, not sensor current. Yep, we already know that. Axle, pushing sensor. Oh, it's about to fucking. Oh shit! Ah, no! I hate bleeding shit this way because it just doesn't fucking work. We're making a mess. Fuck it. We're making a mess. Yeah, we'll just burn all this coolant off, I guess. Fuck it. Oopsie! For the revoltage? Oh, yeah, when the car's on. Duh. Fucking dumbass. There we go. Look at that. I'm just a fucking idiot. I moved my thing directly to the opposite side. I thought when I was looking at the diagram, this way that it's facing is face value, I guess. It's not, because now I have continuity on this one, on pin number 3. Alright, so, based on those clips here, we actually have the little power steering line right there. There's a sensor, a pressure switch, or whatever that hooks into it. That has to get replaced. You can kind of see it right there. Maybe. I don't know. I tested the throttle thing, and that definitely needs to be replaced. But I was getting a code for that too, and I'm just assuming that the sensor's out. But who knows? So I'll probably have to remove this to get better access to it. The other thing, man, I love this night vision camera mode. This is freaking sweet. But the other thing is somewhere up here. This is it right here. This wiring right here. That is the accelerator sensor that is bad. So in the video, I don't know if I included it, if I even said anything, but I probably said I'm a dumbass because I am. Because I was testing the continuity between the ECM and that, and I thought I wasn't getting any, but I just had the pins flipped around because of the diagram I was looking at. It was really confusing. So the first step here is this pressure switch here that has a gasket, and it looks like this. A little tiny guy, and this was about $70. And don't worry, at the end of this video, end of all this, I'll be doing a cost breakdown of everything I have in the car. It ain't gonna be in this video, it'll be in the next video or whenever I sell it. But I'll list what I sold it for compared to what I put into it. And the pedal, it's a whole freaking assembly unit. What's stupid about it is I only need the sensor, but it only comes as a whole unit. Now it's very easy to take out. It's these two bolts here. They're actually nuts on the outside, so they're studs. They just hooked on, and that's it. That's literally it. And you just pop that off. Pressure sensor thing here. It's probably a 22 or 24, some ridiculous size like that. I just need to have some room to get in there. But I won't be showing how to disassemble and take all this out because they're actually very, very simple. It's the one plug, couple nuts, not even a nut, it's just whatever that is. And but there is some relearn procedure for these. So if you're having issues with your throttle, and you know, I probably can help you out with that. But there's about 3 steps of a relearn process, and I'll walk you guys through that right now. We have the new one installed. We have the new pedal down there. You can see the Altel's plugged in. Oh, I gotta grab my laptop because I don't know the procedure, but these are the codes we're getting. It's not gonna focus very well, but that's what we're getting if we go to live data. Go to ECM, and if we fucking hurry this up. This actually takes forever. I don't know what it is. These older cars, anything before like 2010, 2012 and older, typically take for fucking ever to scan anything. Like scanning this, I literally scanned the car, went to go put my baby down. I came back and it was still reading fucking modules. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? Oh. Oh no. The car needs to be on. I forgot. Well, that whole rant was for nothing. That's just user error at that point. Good God. Hey, look at that. Here we are. Cool. Alright, we'll check these just so we can see them. So we can see we're at about 5 voltage and 0.6. Now we were at 0.1 previously. So that tells me we're probably got the right thing. Because as I press the pedal down, we change. Alright, the first step of this process, I need the other hand, is to turn the ignition on, fully release the pedal. So we turn it on. 1, 2, 3. Turn off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn on. 1, 2, 3. Turn off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we turn it back on. I don't know if that's correct. That's what it told me to do, but nothing's changed over here. I really don't know if this camera is good enough to like record, you know, a screen, but that is the idle air volume learning. That's the one you want. You just hit that. It'll tell you the prereqs, I guess, of what it needs. Apparently I fall within the guidelines. I didn't know. I just hit start, and then 10 minutes later it said completed. You just let the car run. Yeah, anyways. So let's go ahead and see if we got any more codes. So we still have these. I think the position, I don't think the thing has learned what it's needed to learn. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I don't know what is going on. I'm definitely seeing here, though, in the live data, now that I've been messing with stuff, the voltage when it's not depressed, I guess, when it's fully released for accelerator sensor 1 should be about the same as that one down there. That says 69, 0.69. That one says 5.08, so that's definitely off. That should be about points, yeah, between like 0.5 and like 1.2, and then I know the throttle position sensor is working because I was able to rev it. Oh no. Yeah, anyways. It moves when the car's on, but, yeah, and that's actually correct. It should be about 5 volts with it depressed. So something's going on that's not, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out a bit. I'm really going to be digging this like night vision on this camera. This is actually really cool. The infrared actually looks really well. This is a cheap camera too. I'm actually surprised, but anyways, let me walk you guys through what we're doing here. So this is the ECM connector. It's a little blurry. Again, cheap camera, but cool features. That I have rigged in something to test my throttle position sensor. Could it be it? I don't know. But I'm getting no voltage. Or I'm getting very low voltage. Like 0.10. And without the pedal being pressed, it should be like 0.3 or more. And with it being pressed, it should be about 5 volts. And it's not. So I took my multimeter here. You're not going to see the numbers. So I'm not going to bother showing y'all. But I will show you that, this is where the connector is for the ECM on these. It goes right under here. Pulled this off. This pin is 50. The one I'm currently on. The one right next to it is 69. I have to look at my computer here, but I ain't going to show it on camera because it's my work laptop. It's got a lot of very sensitive information. So let's see here. Was it? Yeah, 69 and 50. So those are the two. Those are the two pins. And so it seems to me I'm going to have to get a throttle position sensor tomorrow, which sucks. I was really hoping to be done with this thing. But I'm going to be home from work. So maybe I'll call around and see if someone's got one in stock, and we'll go pick it up. I may have found out what is going on here with the Z. So as you know, we're having the pedal issue. Prior, the pedal was doing nothing. So I replaced that's the whole assembly unit, but the sensor, the pedal sensor, and now we have throttle, but it's in limp mode for some reason. Thought maybe it's that because I was reading the pins. Now I'm thinking I was just reading it wrong because that's still doing the same thing. And doing the relearn procedure requires the power steering switch, as you can see there, I have things open, to have a reading. Well, it's going to be hard to see because my camera doesn't focus on little wires, but I think, because this is the connector for it, and it's got a blue, red, black, and then we got the blue and black right here that are severed. The red's about to be. So, I think that's going to be causing our issue to do the relearn. Because if I can't relearn it, it can't, get into the right specification. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. So I'm going to get that fixed. Hopefully we can get somewhere. Now you may notice that I have everything torn back apart because that fixed that issue. Yes, that code is now gone. Cool. I'm actually getting a reading on the power steering signal. I think I need to get this pedal fixed first to do the relearn, because I tried to do it, the throttle position or the throttle body wouldn't learn. I've been dealing with headache after headache. I have everything open here because I thought, sorry about the fan, it's hot out, but I thought, had to be a wiring issue. I'm not going to get in all nice and deep. I'm going to try because, I do this for you guys, right? All of this I do for you. So you're not going to really see it very well, but I'm going to tell you right now that the wiring for that is incorrect. You can maybe see the black-white right there on the left-hand side, all the way at the left-hand side. That's actually in the wrong spot, apparently. I was looking up a diagram, and it was showing me that yellow should be in that spot, and the black and white should be in the yellow spot. All the other wires are correct. So that tells me, and that's what I thought too. Okay, it's weird. I had like an epiphany when I was like digging up this harness, because I was like, it just hit me. I was like, something about that connector just randomly hit me. I was like, it looks like it was a fix. Like it looked aftermarket. I was like, it doesn't look like an OEM connector, So I double checked it. The wires are there. I found 2 wires that are flipped. So I'm going to flip them. And we'll see what happens. All right, I think I'm going to call it. But before I get out of here, I'm going to show you guys everything we've done. But I think I figured it out. So the wiring in here on this connector was flipped around. You can see the yellow. I think I mentioned that
The yellow wire is where it should be, and the black and white wire is now where it should be. They were flip-flopped. I don't know why. My only guess is somebody tried to fix this, and they swapped it around. I don't know, dude. I really don't. All I know is that was flipped, so I flipped them around. I got my scan tool to read voltage properly, and then in a little bit of time after, it went back to 5 volts again, just shot up. So I was like, what the hell? Anyways, I came over here, and I pulled this entire harness off, because I was about to rip it open, because when I went to do a resistance test, I was noticing I was getting poor, like, it should be close to 0 for the resistance, and I was getting like 400 kilo ohms or whatever. Anyways, it wasn't good. So I disconnected this. I also found that these 2 wires, it's hard to focus, but these 2 wires, this yellow and black one, were also flopped around. According to Nissan, the OEM diagram, this is the correct spot for them. How they were before was not. I don't know what happened, and I think somebody did mess with this, because these 2 wires, it doesn't matter where they are now because they're hooked up correctly, but they should be on this side. So somebody messed with this before, and either they didn't know what they were doing or they thought they had it correct. I have no idea. Proceeded to do the procedure. Wouldn't you know it, the throttle itself was actually giving a better response. It was still really sluggish, but it was giving a better response than what I was getting before. But we were still sitting at 5 volts on sensor 1. I was like, okay, well, let me take that connector out. Let me take the ECM connector back out and do a continuity test on those pinouts compared to those pinouts, because I know this is a complete circuit for it. If I go from that end to that end, if I have continuity, the wiring typically should be good. And we had continuity. So the wiring is good. Now, I was doing my voltage testing on a 5 volt reference. Those 2 wires, I'm getting 5 volts. The sensor, I'm getting my my 0.2 and 0.5 volts that I should be getting. One of the grounds, I'm getting resistance in this ground. As you can see, I'm getting nothing. It's an open circuit. So, that being said, what I think it is at this point, what it's showing, is that now that I have all the wiring connected, hooked up the way it should be from Nissan, directly from the schematics that I was reading, I think the ECU got shorted out because the wiring was originally fucked up and it was sending voltage to a ground, which ended up shorting the circuit board. I tried to open up the ECU. They're sealed, and without one on hand, I'm not going to bust it open, because then I have to buy one anyways. But if I can get one tested, like this later this week, I have somebody coming by who does have one for me to test. I'm going to plug it in, see if the code is gone. I know it's going to have a bunch of other stuff, but if that code is gone, then I know the ECU is messed up, so I have to get an ECU. Which isn't a big deal, but I want to make sure it is first, because they're not cheap. So I'm going to leave it on this cliffhanger. I will make a video if it is the ECU or not. I mean, I'll make a video regardless, because we got to test drive. We got to do other stuff to this. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. What an experience. So that's crazy. I really would like, it's stuff like this where I really would love to know from whoever had this car before me, because when I talked to these guys, they really had no idea what they were talking about. They were like, it's knocking, we drove it, it just started knocking. I doubt it. I think they bought this as a project. They couldn't figure it out, and I think they drove it and it just, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just assuming shit. But I'll see you guys all in the next video. Like, comment, share with your friends, do all that fun stuff. I'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of the day and week. Bye-bye.